get to know everybody that's going, and it'll be a blessing to you, because it's been a blessing to us.
Yeah, I would agree with what he said. The people at Sterry are so kind-hearted and loving and just very accepting, and we found that when we came. And one of the things that stands out about Sterry to me is that they're a praying church. And we have received prayers many times from just good friends or the pastor or whoever, and it just makes a difference. And a favorite memory would probably be the preschool. God opened some doors when Mark Cox was here as a pastor for us to start New Song Preschool, and it took about a year, I guess, to get everything in motion. And then we were able to start that, and just God blessed it, worked things out, and we did that about 7 years, and then we're fortunate enough to pass it on to Holly Kaiser and Trinity Jackson, and they continue to do just an amazing job. So I think that's probably our favorite memory.
Hi, I'm Jeff Baroli. I've been attending Sterry since 2000, I guess. I guess my favorite blessing from this congregation has been all the people in the congregation. Sorry. It's more than a family here. They've supported me through many trials, and sort of supported my family through those trials. Encouraged me, celebrated with me. I really, that's all I can say, is they've just been a blessing to me and my family since the beginning.
Hi, I'm Bobby Hopkins, and I've been attending Sterry for between 15 and 20 years. And I've got a story to tell about the Sterry history. Sterry's owned quite a lot of land. The missionaries all had to have farmland to get their churches established. And that took money, and of course in this area, why it was farmland. And Sterry, Mr. Sterry, had 160 acres out east of Roswell, and he passed away. And I think, as I recall the story, he had 3 daughters, and they formed a company to manage this. They called it the Company Ranch. And my grandfather came from Missouri in 1919 and looked around, and then 1920, they came out here in February of 20. And he rented a farm over at Wilder, and he was there for 4 years. And he found out that the Company Ranch was for rent, and so he farmed the Company Ranch from 1924 to 1936. So, and he is a Baptist, and how it ever came back around to where I started going to the Presbyterian Church, I don't know, because I was raised Baptist as well. But it was quite productive land, and he made enough money in that 11, 12-year period of time to buy his own farm over in Apple Valley.
I'm C.J. Heim, and I've attended Sterry since I was like 3. And my favorite memory is the church camp up in Cascade.
Hi, my name is Mike Sterling, and my parents and my sister and I joined Sterry in 1986, so I would be a veteran, even though I don't look like a veteran. And so I would say, out of the topics asked, mine would be memories, in that my wife Christy did the first gravy feed fundraiser, and I think it would have been 96 or 97, downstairs before we had the new gymnasium, and it was packed. And Pastor Phil Hughes was the pastor, And one of the things we did fundraising was to shave his head. So we shaved his head and many others that day. But I remember just how close it was, and you were kind of packed in the basement, and it was a real great feeling of camaraderie and fellowship down in the small room. And then also it would have been Mary Ann Sorensen starting God's Gang. And when we did God's Gang downstairs, the whole church came for the Wednesday evening dinners. So it wasn't just the kids, it was the Obendorfs, it was the Stories, it was the Abbotts, it was the Talishes, it was these old veterans of the church that would also come and have God's Gang meal downstairs with all the kids. And I just remember the fellowship downstairs. And so seeing the changes in the church, they're wonderful, but I guess I have just great memories of when we first came home and everything the church has done for us and my family.
Okay, my name is Claire Sterling. I've gone to Stayer Memorial since I was a tiny little fetus. So future generations would just be surrounding yourself with like positive influences and people that like you have like a likewise interest in like good positive things.
Hi, my name is Christy Sterling. My husband Mike and I moved back to Parma in 1995, and we decided we wanted to come to Sterry because this is where his parents came to church, and we wanted to be in church with family. That was important to us. That's in living away without family and all that. One of my favorite memories of Sterry is when we did not have the addition, the gym, we just had the main church, the downstairs, and Pastor Hughes had asked Mike and I to start the auction to try to raise money, because that's when we were trying to raise money for the new addition. And so we had the auction downstairs. We had everything downstairs. God's Gang, everybody would come for dinner. We'd sit and all. We'd just come to have dinner with everybody. I mean, those are great memories to come together in this fellowship. A lot of fellowship time. But the auction was really fun. I can remember when people shaved their head to raise money. Just little things that were so easy and simple, but just fun fellowship together. I just think that we have to stay focused in the Word. Our world is very busy. There's a lot of things going on. I feel that our society now is about making everybody happy, making sure everybody's okay. And of course we care about everybody, but we need to follow the Word. We need to follow the Bible. And sometimes that's going to have a time when maybe somebody is unhappy about that. I'm really proud that our church went to EPC and we focus on the essentials of the Bible, and that's what we need to do. And I think it's going to be harder and harder for our youth, but to stay focused and stick together to those that believe the Word and will help love you and support you.
Hi, my name is Mick Sharkey. I'm one of the worship leaders here at the church, and my family and I started attending this church in 1995. The pastor was Phil Hughes, and he kept asking me to come up and help do some of the worship. And so people really weren't into guitar worship then. It was the organ and hymns, so it was kind of a little bit of a stretch to get in there and start doing it regularly. But every time I played, Pastor would turn my guitar up a little bit and the distortion up a little bit. And through the years, people kind of got used to it. My wife and I have stayed in this church because